Boom.
How's it going, everybody? Greetings from Nerdiest Dime, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Gamer Edition Voyager class Megatron. In which, yes, we are finally taking a look at one of the most hyped lines, by my personal opinion, because, oh yes. And of course, we are starting with the guy who didn't start with this line, hilariously enough. Look, I was broke when the line started, okay? Don't at me. But anyway, yes, we're taking a look at the lovely Voyager Edition Megatron. Oh, am I happy with this? Because if it wasn't obvious, actually, I'll say that. Yeah, it was kind of nice to finally see this after like 10 years. It's literally been almost over 10 years since the old deluxe came out, which was kind of a game changer back in the day, and I wish, it wasn't used so often as the quote unquote end all be all of War for Cybertron Megatrons, because this guy is pretty good. Starting with the very obvious riot cannon. That's not the fusion cannon, people. Let me take it off. That's the riot cannon from Fall of Cybertron, not the fusion cannon from WFC, as many people have 3D printed, which I cannot wait to find and buy them, because yes, I'm so replacing it over this. I like it, but like, goddamn, this thing is black. Like, that glossy black is really nice, but it is, yeah, it's really destroying the details. 5mm port at the very end, but nicely detailed regardless. I do like the arm being the turret base, although the problem with the arm being turret base is the turret cannot turn because I don't know. I guess that's not okay. Before people say it's literally because in the game you literally just do this, and y'all haven't played the game, because guess what? The turret turns first, then you turn. It literally just goes turn, turn. Anyway, I like that the treads actually look like the game treads. They are supposed to look like this with the little vents in there. Yeah, I like it. The giant spiky of doomage is here. Nice little lilac here to mimic the glowing energon effect, even though I really wish there was a way to mimic that because it looks so nice. Not this, but the effect. Got some more here. Got the knee spikes here. Always gotta have the knee spikes on the back. Yeah, the back ain't too bad. That's here, sadly. The bottom ain't terrible. Well, I mean, it's his chest and his left arm, so, yeah. No wheels, because, I mean, he's hovering in the game. He's not rolling at all, which I kind of like that. Anyway, let's get down to some size comparisons. Let's start with, oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, we're starting with that. This is my old, deluxe War for Cybertron game, Bumblebee. Yeah. Okay, yeah, clearly, very much on its scale, because that is a big bumblebee. But, let's keep it rolling. Now let's see how it looks with a really cool alt mode, which of course would be Gamer Edition Cliff Jumper. And this was generously on loan to me by my best friend, and I am very thankful for this because, oh my god, I love this. Oh, the comparison is so nice. It takes me back, honestly. It just takes me back. I mean, I love how, like, short he is. Like, he could practically fit right under the fusion cannon. Oh, man. If this wasn't on loan to me, I would totally dig into this guy because I really like him. But, yeah, this is really cool. Really, really cool. Now, let's finish this off with the only other comparison I can actually make, which would be my custom Siege Megatron. And yeah, I don't really have anyone else in the Studio Series Gamer Edition line because, again, I'm broke. But yeah, I love how different these guys are, despite based off of Cybertronian vehicles, and I really like it. I think it's really cool and shows that different styles can go so far. Personally, I prefer this tank, not because it's more close to an Earth-based tank, but because I do like that it feels way more hard ass. Like, it feels genuinely powerful to look at. This looks like something that is a literal threat. Either way, these guys look really cool, ignoring my custom paint work. I might completely strip him down and repaint him because I'm totally not a fan of the paint I've used on this guy. And it's been almost 3 years since I've done this, so gotta upgrade. Anyway, let's continue on. Alright, so I had to raise the camera up for this because we are going to get down to transformation. The first thing I'm going to do is take off the fusion cannon, or the riot cannon, and put it over here for now. And, okay, so the first thing is we're going to undo the spikeage of doomage and untap it from the front and swing these around, which will become the legs later on. Then we undo the shoulder that was tabbed into this slot right here, bring it there, and then we take the left arm clearly and then move it, swing it out to the side as we untab it from these two slots that go into these two tabs right here under Megatron's head. Then we bring up the chest piece, swing it around, and it will just sit right in there. It doesn't really lock into place. Oh, here, sorry. I think I might have had less room. Let me adjust the camera for you guys and gals and non-binary pals and fix this real quick so I can show you guys again. So just like that. Then let's bring the right arm out, swing it, and then we take this piece here, bring this out, spin it around, and then collapse it all together like so. Form a nice cohesive backpack. Now let's do the legs. Rotate it here at the thigh swivel. Then take the feet, unfold it, fold those in, fold this in, the tread I mean, and then fold this out, flip that out, flip the foot down, and there is a little tab right here that goes into this slot right there in the thigh, or the shin rather, my apologies, and then just goes right in there. And then, oops, actually I did that wrong. Make sure the treads sit like, after you lock it into place, make sure the treads sit like this, so that the front tread is covering the back, is on top of the back tread, I mean. So just like that, and there you go, you got a leg all done. Second verse is just like the first. And there we go. Now, last few things. Take these forearm covers. I guess Hasbro has finally saw all the upgrades for forearm covers. And flip out the hand. Same thing on this side here. And, of course, a most important step. Take the fusion cannon. Plugs right there in his forearm. And there we go. There we have Studio Series Gamer Edition. War for Cybertron, Megatron, in his robot mode. And oh my god, isn't that just fucking awesome to look at? Okay, I actually missed one step. This piece here sits atop like this for vehicle mode. Just flip it down. Flip it down so it makes that weird geometry on his left shoulder. But man, this is so cool. Let's get a close look at that fantastic head sculpt. Oh, look at that head. Look at that head sculpt. That is just flawless. They got it absolutely perfect. My only problem is zooming out. Yeah, it's really tiny. Like, it's just really tiny, if I'm being honest. But it's all around. It is a... Oh, geez. I'm going crazy with the camera. Okay. All around, it is a really nice looking robot. I love the red. The red they used here. It's not my favorite choice of red. I prefer the Takara's metallic red on the old deluxe. God, that looks so nice to look at. But this is still really nice. It looks just like the Zeta Toys aerial bots, or rather the Superion shade of red, and I love that choice because it looks super nice. It's beautiful. That's some extra bits of lilac and black. Lovely Decepticon symbol. Unfortunately, it's in the same paint, but because it's on black, it really doesn't look like it's the glowing effect. Got some more of that on his crotch here with some gunmetal in between, which gives it that feeling of more... It gives it more life, honestly, and I appreciate that. And some more black here. We saw this in tank mode. However, got plenty of red paint here, all around the forearm, no less, which is really impressive. You don't really get that often, so that's really cool. Even got the spikes. I love that the hands actually have their the molded in knuckle joints, and I think that really looks nice. It gives it that, again, that feeling of like mechanical weight to it, even if it is just molded detail. Already saw these in tank mode, and overall, due to it being really simple, he is really clean, especially from the back, ignoring holes. He's really clean, and I am all for it. Sucks that there's no 3mm port here. Not a total loss. The only problem I have with this robot mode, although it honestly isn't that much of a problem, is just the tank treads here. I wish there was a way they could have streamlined this, because I do like the bulk. It makes his legs look a lot better, like, as he falls. It makes the legs look a lot bulkier, and I don't mind that at all. But he looks great regardless. Oh, man. Now, for articulation, his neck is on a ball joint. However, it only goes that far to the side due to his chin. However, big misconception if you guys saw the short, or the video, I mean. That toy guy actually got this wrong. His head cannot, in fact, look up. It is on a ball joint, but it has no real movement other than side to side. He cannot really look down or up. However, he did do this. And yes, he can do that, but as you can clearly see, you're literally forcing the head off the ball peg. And then you have to push it back down. That's why you don't want to lift it up, because at some point it'll just fall right off anyway. So you can have it set like that. It does actually give him a lot more movement, but as you can see, it just sets right back. Anyway, shoulders, as asymmetrical as they are, they do both go out to 90 degrees with the faux teeth. I don't know, which kind of sucks that it's fake, but I'll live with it. The fake teeth do move out on their hinge. I know it's for transformation, but I also still don't get why it's hinged like that. I kind of wish it had a hard stop rather than like that, because now it looks weird when it's like this. Anyway, they also can do a full 360. The elbows are double jointed, which you really don't see that. And it's cool that they are. Okay, that is a feature we'll have to talk about later. But here's the thing. The way it's molded. So here it moves normally like an elbow joint, but it looks weird. Here, this is where it's supposed to move naturally. But as you can see, it forces itself through when it really shouldn't do that. But however, on this side, this joint is the natural elbow. That one I have to push out. I don't get it. I'll have to take this apart and try and trim some plastic down, because that's just weird. Anyway, a bicep swivel. He's got Rodimus shoulders or elbows, where he has a bicep swivel in the middle of the elbow joint. So it looks really, really weird. Anyway, no wrist swivels. Damn it. Waist swivel, though, so I can't complain. However, like that toy guy, a little wibbly. Not going to complain. Like, it's not that bad. It really isn't that big of a deal. Hold on. The legs do their open universal joints. Can do way past the full splits. However, you can do this to do that if you need to. I don't know. Nick Fish on Twitter. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Thigh swivel. The legs can literally do a full 360 if you have the torso out of the way. The knees. We know about these knees. I immediately took my hands to this because I was not about to let this fly. As you can see, there's some cut plastic here. The knees originally had this weird little peg or thing in there that completely hindered knee articulation to this. Yeah, I ain't fucking with that. Now he's got a full knee bend, and it looks great. It really works for me. And also, the feet can move forward that far. If you get this out of the way, they can go down all the way, which is even cooler. We finally have proper foot articulation. Sucks that the shin really is blocking that, and the calves, and of course an ankle tilt. However, it's serviceable, But yeah, he's pretty well articulated, especially for like recent times. He's getting really good. They're getting really good with articulation, and I'm very thankful for that. Now let's take a look at the one accessory he comes with, that being the mace. Oh my god, thank you, Hasbro. I'm so sick of the stupid G1 flail mace. This is so much better. I love the sword, but this is like the best practical weapon choice. It does come in two pieces. I don't know why. I assume this is like for storage for tank mode, but what do I do with this? I don't know. I just have it like this. It is actually shaped in a specific way of like, it's basically like a NASCAR oval track of, you just have to set it correctly and then boom. Nice purple paint on here, even though it doesn't really strike as hard, but it doesn't look that bad. I still don't get why there's a 3mm port on top, but it looks really, really cool. And of course, it can just slide right into that hand, a la 5mm ports, baby. And yes, he does look absolutely smashing with this mace. Like, just, like, look at my boy. Look at my boy. Just casually throwing it down with that mace. Amazing. Now, before we get down to some size comparisons, there's actually one part of this lineup that I'm so happy that they did. One of my favorite gimmicks of fall of the Transformers toy line. Something so simple. You guys saw it. Quite simply, pull off his forearm. As you can see, there's a 5mm port that goes into, or peg that goes into this port right here in the forearm. And using the riot cannon as an example, yeah, it pulls off the look of the video game of the transforming gun. But the problem is this looks really bad because, oh, that just looks weird. Yikes. I mean, there's another example I got, and that's Cliff Jumper's pulse cannon. It looks alright. I say alright, and it looks more like an emaciated forearm. Like, hell, it looks like it could literally fit in his forearm. Either way, this gimmick is super cool. For the first time ever, or well, actually, first time in a long time, we actually get transforming slash part swapping weapons that look like transforming weapons, and I'm really happy they brought that back. Anyway, let's get down to some size comparisons, which of course means we start with Cliff Jumper. And I can't deny how nice this looks. And FYI, before people think, oh my god, Cliff Jumper's too big or Megatron's too small. Not really, no. That's the scale chart, yes. Cliff Jumper, and therefore Bumblebee, is literally 20 feet tall. Yeah, 20 feet tall. Oh dear. Anyway, yeah, they look really cool together. Man, I hope they do more Decepticons other than just Barricade. And finally, the other War for Cybertron Megatron. And yeah, that's actually really shocking to see the huge, like, difference in size. He's literally a full head taller than this dude, and it's pretty awesome, honestly. I love the aesthetic differences despite being based off of Cybertronian alt modes for Megatron. Personally, I like this more because it's super alien and stylized. But I still like this because he looks like a monster. Like, he looks like a total meathead and a badass born out of military might. And I think that's crazy. Yeah, it's really cool to see the different aesthetic changes. And no, I am not showing you how he looks in robot mode. But yeah, it's my other Cybertronian Megatron. So that's been my look at the Transformers Studios Series Gamer Edition Voyager class Megatron. And yeah, I am a fan of this dude. He is super cool. The articulation is really, really good, especially because we got double joint elbows, finally. And it's super fun to play with, honestly. Especially when you cut off those damn knee pieces, that'll be super nice. It does suck that he has no wrist swivels, but he is still a really fun toy to mess with despite that. And of course, we love the forearm gimmick. It's so nice to see that being recreated. It sucks that it came at the cost of Megatron having it and costing the fusion cannon turning into the riot cannon. A very weird looking one at that. But we also gotta praise the mace. truly an awesome weapon, especially to give Megatron. Even if it's a little bit play-ish looking, it's still cool that we have the mace regardless. And hey, it's always nice to recreate some concept art poses. I hope you all enjoyed this review of Transformers War for Cybertron Megatron. I certainly enjoyed making this. Sorry, this is a little bit late, but I'm happy to get this done regardless. I hope you all have a lovely day, evening, or night. Stay tuned for my next reviews. You guys saw the shorts. Don't worry, they will come. This has been Nerdy as Time, rolling out.